The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders who need to drop in.
Great chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And it's Cruyff. And this is Luis Suarez. Now there's a fine ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Always onto this. Serginho receives it in a good position. Tries a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Harry Kane. He's a deadly finisher, Peter, obviously, but he can contribute much more than that for his team. He's got the physical presence to hold the ball up and the awareness to bring pretty much everyone else into play. His best attributes, however, might be his enthusiasm, his energy, and his desire to win, because those things become infectious to others.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Hangs in a cross. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Well, I think that might well put him off watching tonight's highlights.
Ibrahimovic. Chance! Cruyff. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Strokes it back. Pirlo. Vieira. Rijkaard. Forlan looking to penetrate opposition lines. Aims beyond the defence. That's good play. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Uruguay look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
Cruyff. Nedved. It's a searching pass. That's beautifully weighted. Oh, sweet feet. Luis Suarez. Here's Nedved. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now it's Cruyff. He has a look up. Ibrahimovic! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Pirlo, he's picked his way through. Pirlo shot a goal! And it's come back out to him. No, he didn't quite meet it right.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Nesta. Forlan. Ricky Puig can so cleverly bypass the press. And it's Rijkaard. And it's Roberto Carlos. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Pirlo. Some good work on the right flank here. Looking to go deep. Serginho. Now it's Kane. He's looking wide. Kane is onto this. And he was quick to react. Nicely aimed pass. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. And we are up to the break.
Paris Saint-Germain ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change.
And Cruyff! It's there!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Uruguay have taken the lead.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Crosses it in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Howson is the team's great visionary. Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
In with the challenge. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And here's Forlan. And he gets rid in a hurry. Nedved. Paris Saint-Germain still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Nesta. He's onside. Nedved. There's the delivery. Punched away. And that has left him in a heap. In once more.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And it's Gullit. Gullit, and the shot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And yes, it's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Gullit duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Uruguay. Número 27.
Both sides then
Número
taking this
4.
chance to turn to their
Número
benches.
21. Número 10.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Número
I'd
28.
happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly
Número
what you want
22.
from a big game.
Número 8. Número 23.
It's a pretty loose
Número
pass.
5. Número 9.
Rijkaard.
Cambio.
Knocks it into space.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Gullit. Koller. And Maradona. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Mbappe. Gullit. Mbappe! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Mbappe chasing after it. Xavi Alonso. That has ended up in no man's land. Can he get it through? Nicely worked. Now it's Mbappe. And a chance! Goal! Uruguay! And again they hit the front. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, Peter, the manager's all smiles, but he's got a big decision to make here. He needs to see this one out.
Uruguay looking to pass their way through. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. Roberto Carlos. He's a sharp little ball here. In by Gullit. And he gets rid in a hurry. Corner number 2 then. And he's taking no chances there.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Gullit. He's shifting through the gears here.
Paris Saint-Germain really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
He's got away. Roberto Carlos. Now
Se
it's
agregarán 3
Donatoni.
minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
He's in space and looking for options. And he's certainly onside here. Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. And the shot! Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. That is good alertness. Ambitious ball here. Lovely pass, but can he finish? Denied by an instinctive save.
Kohler really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Yeah, the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that box.
And it's been taken short. Oh, shooting chance! And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. Paris Saint-Germain were involved in a... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Lahm. Flings in across. Now it's Pirlo. And he's on his way! Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Good take, and is he in? Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. It's a huge moment for the game and a shocking moment for him personally, but it happened at the best possible time. This is recoverable.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Look, often chances are hard to come by in these games, so just one mistake could be all it takes to make the difference.
Pirlo.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Dembele is always scanning the pitch for targets.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now there's a fine ball. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. It's run loose here. And it's Messi. And this is Ibrahimovic. Bellingham! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's following up. Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, at least he was in the right position and he reacted quickly enough. The manager will like that.
Now it's Mbappe. Lahm. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Lahm. He's shifting through the gears here. Ball comes in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Look at the space here.
Paris Saint-Germain are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Bellingham going full tilt down the left. Oh, this looks sharp. Ibrahimovic, very much a man of this moment. Lahm. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Incoming to... He gets it! Oh, it rattles the bar! Just wouldn't stay down for him.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and...
Oh, what has happened here? Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Thuram cannot be beaten that easily. And it's Lahm. Now, that looks a decent ball. Lahm could try cutting inside here. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Tries to get it clear. Pirlo. Bellingham.
Paris Saint-Germain truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Shot could be on. Dembele finds himself offside. And it's Messi. Thuram has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Nice sequence of passes, this. Bellingham. It's a goal kick. Thuram. It'll be a throw-in. Deep into stoppage time. Dembele. Now it's Messi. He's had it taken off him. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Pele conjures time and space where few can. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Paris Saint-Germain would seem to still be getting over the OG. It was an honest mistake, and they've got to move on.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 21, Ibrahimovic.
And the action is back underway.
Le numéro 22.
Paris Saint-Germain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Gullit. Defending was strong and firm. Nedved. That's been chance for a shot! That looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities. Always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Paris Saint-Germain come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Ball looks a good one. And the ball's come loose here. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He might be in here! That is good alertness. Messi has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. That's been cut out, well played. Now it's Mbappe. But it's Lahm. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Play towards the front line. Paris Saint-Germain still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Yaya Toure. Barcelona finding their passes. Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape. Certainly when the...
Great chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Pele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Le numéro 16, Lam. Le numéro 26, à leur place, le numéro 18, le
They've
numéro
played it
11,
short.
le numéro 10, Roberto Carlos.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're set on using it.
Out of play for a throw. Dembele. That is lovely. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Dembele going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Vieira. Bellingham. Vieira. Collar chasing after it. Oh, it's Dembele. Not the most convincing of passes. And here's Dembele. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Stood up well to him there.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence. Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Looking for options for movement. Roberto Carlos. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Messi clears. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Dembele. And this is Pirlo. Bellingham plays it in. He rises! He's beaten the keeper. It's in! And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Attention, changement.
So here comes a substitution. Barcelona could not have picked a better time to snatch a two-goal lead. Is there still time for a response?
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Great ball, and he's in here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Cristiano Ronaldo, and the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Cristiano Ronaldo is offering a right smile there.
And it's been taken short. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And that's been intercepted. And we're done. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Paris Saint-Germain desperately